when it's these hills.
I don't say a word. Was on my grind and now I got what I deserve. Fuck nigga. Hold on, wait a minute.
Y'all thought I was finished?
When I would've asked tomorrow, y'all thought it was ready.
Tell you this. Have you ever heard somebody say, I love those shoes?
Yeah.
Or I love that sweater?
Yeah.
I love that music. I love that car. Right? Then they turn around and they equate love with people. Now, I'm not saying people don't have the right now. But what's interesting is people are always beef with me when I say I love money. It's like the only thing you're not supposed to love. But all the other things that people love, it normally costs you money to get them. I'm just going straight to the source. I don't need a Jesus in the way of me going to the Father. Right? So if you love cars and you love shoes and you love skirts and shirts and pants and songs, then guess what? I got the right to love the very thing that helps facilitate that transaction. The very thing that is responsible for the transaction. I have the right to love that. You know, so I love money. And then we got to put into proper context what exactly love is. And that's where this gets real interesting. We got to find out what love is. And then you'll realize why it's not good to hate. You know, especially people. It's not good to hate people. And a lot of people don't know. By them hating somebody, they love somebody simultaneously. You can't hate something and not love it at the same time. That's a fact. You can't hate something and not love it at the same time. All facts. So, first thing we gotta do is ask ourselves this. The first thing we gotta ask is, what does love mean? In its most colloquial sense, and it's not my meaning, this is dictionary reference. I'll put it at the bottom so you can look it up as well. To love is to be deeply affectionate, right? So to love somebody is to have what? But love means deep affection. The actual dictionary reference, love means deep affection. So I say, you know what? Let me take the time out to define the words or look up the meanings of the words that's consisting of this particular meaning. So I look up the word affection because love means deep affection. So I say, you know what? Let me see what affection means. And they gave me the most simplest answer. To be affected. And I said, oh shoot, that was kind of deep, even though they're defining the word with the root of the word, which normally we don't like that. But to love is to be in a state of deep affection. And affection means to be affected to the point of dealing with someone or something continuously or over and over. So if affection means to be affected or to deal with something or someone over and over, right?
Yeah.
Then deep affection, because love means deep affection, so then deep affection is to have been dealing with something over and over immensely. Meaning, this is not nothing that's shallow, this is deep. This means you deal with this quite often, right? So if love means deep affection, and affection means to be affected, especially in cases where it pertains to people or things and having to deal with it over and over, then you can hate somebody and be in love with them. Because you can be deeply affected by something someone says or does over and over. So a person that may say black women are trash, black women are evil, black women are wicked, if they find themselves constantly saying that over and over,
it's love.
They're deeply affected by those black women's actions, and they're demonstrating a form of love that we call hate.
Yeah.
They're demonstrating a form of love we call hate. So I'm careful now. I'm careful with hate. Because in hate, you could, in subtle fashion, seduce yourself into falling in love. And that's why couples that get together, sometimes they disliked each other when they got together. and then they wind up getting together and people say what? Or sometimes you see the chemistry of two people that contend that they don't like each other, and we turn around, we call them lovebirds. Because we know, man, there ain't that much hate in the world the way y'all continuously going at it. It must be something there. That's what we say. So hate is a form of love. So we know that there's no opposites, just things varying in degrees on the pole. And if we know that love is a form of deep affection, and affection means to be affected, as in the case of dealing with someone or something over and over, then you know what? It stands to reason that we have to be careful even hating. Because even in hating establishes a certain type of bond. And we want to be careful with that.
Okay.
Look at this thing right here. Yikes. Yeah, it's me right there.
Yeah, that shit was tough.
That is me. Come on, son. You really, yo, what was this? Like, you on camera doing stupid shit like that. Yeah, so to love is to be deeply affected. And so, I'm affected by money every day. See how that work? Because no matter what I do, I have to use it to pay for something, to facilitate an act of positivity or kindness, to give it to somebody, to donate as a form of humility. I'm affected by money day to day because I'm going to get bills. I got to pay for gas. I actually need to go get gas right now. No matter what I do, so long as I'm alive, I'm always affected by the reality that is money. Though it's illusory as far as worth is concerned on a technical aspect, depending on what you appraise to be worth something. However, I can't escape the fact that I am deeply affected by money, or I can't escape the fact that I'm affected by money on a day-to-day basis because I have to engage or encounter it over and over. So therefore, I have to think about it. And so I've just come to terms with the fact that I love money. And some people hate it. Most people do. You say you love money, people get mad and start hating. Yo, you a fool with his money will soon be departed. Tell me, yo, what profit a man if he gained the whole world? So I hear all this crazy stuff, right? And all I'm saying is this: at the end of the day, shut up. All I'm saying is this: at the end of the day, I've just come to terms with the fact that I love money, and many people do too. But the form of love they have for it is hate, because they may not be on the receiving end of it, and so they got resentment for a thing that isn't organic. So you know, when you have resentment for that which isn't alive, that's a whole nother dilemma you're dealing with. So it's all about coming to grips with reality and coming to terms. So when I say I love money, I have the right, because people love everything else in this world, but then they leave money off the table. But money has to be put on the table to get all those other things in this world. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna call a spade a spade. I rock out with money. I love money. And I have a deeply affectionate relationship with money. And since I've come to terms with that fact, life has been better. There's a lot of people, you mention money, they just start getting sick. They just start getting upset. Especially the more conscious they are, so to speak, they get more angry with you the second you start talking about this money. But like I said, to love is to be deeply affected, because love means deep affection, and affection means to be affected by someone or something over and over, or continuously. And that's why I don't want to be hating people that don't deserve my energy. See, people think hate is the outlet. Hate isn't the outlet. Ignoring is the outlet. Staying separate from is the outlet. Establishing an exclusivity of space and time and energy is the outlet. These are facts. But to sit there and hate someone or something is to contribute energy to it for its growth. Like you say, bad publicity is still publicity nonetheless.
Yeah.
To sit there and hate someone or something is still a form of love. And that means you have an attachment to someone or something for some reason that may be unbeknown to you because you don't introspect enough. So if I really dislike someone, the best thing I can do is not conceive of any conversation, dialogue pertaining to them. That's the most healthiest form of existence I can deal with. Because hatred creates cortisol, which is a stress hormone, which is produced in the heart, and now you're affecting your health through hatred. So just spewing something negative about somebody affects you. Cortisol is also produced when you gossip. So just saying something negative about somebody secretly is hurting you.
It's producing it.
Yeah, you're hurting yourself when you gossip. Like literally on a chemical level, you're hurting yourself when you gossip. You hurt yourself when you speak ill of other people. You're not designed. Our bodies were designed that if we speak ill of other people, we hurt ourselves in the process. Our blood pressure raises, cortisol gets produced, and then we start craving sugars irresponsibly. And then the type of sugars, mediums that we use, winds up compromising the integrity of the pancreas. And then now, the pancreas has to go into overtime, so it starts demanding more chrome than need be. And so we wind up finding a problem being able to produce insulin. And all this can come from just gossip. You know what I'm saying? All this can come from gossip. Your gossip could turn into diabetes. It's like real talk. Now, I know it sounds crazy.
Yeah.
I know it sounds crazy. I know it does. But gossip can turn into diabetes. That'd be a good video right there.
Go on.
Can gossip cause diabetes? Facts. Gossip can certainly cause diabetes. Real talk. And that's why we gotta be careful with the way we think and what we wish upon other people. It's best that you don't wish nothing negative on somebody and just don't deal with them at all, than to think about them and think negative ideas about what you want to happen to them. We gotta grow out of that, because that's hurting us more than the person we wishing it on. Because we're hurting ourselves in real time just thinking negative about somebody else. Posting a video about somebody in negativity. You're hurting yourself throughout the whole process because it's not being done in love. So the empathy hormone, oxytocin, the bonding hormone isn't being produced. Oxytocin is the addiction we have to life. That's the hormone. It's produced when mothers are breastfeeding. When mothers are breastfeeding, they produce oxytocin. And the way nature set it up, when a woman breastfeeds, when oxytocin is produced, it's a bonding hormone. What it does, it makes you cling to that which is responsible for the sensation. You can also find oxytocin being produced when a person takes crack or cocaine, because it's also linked to sugar. It's a form of sugar we're talking about here at the end of the day. Crack and cocaine is like a domino bag of sugar condensed.
It's dopamine.
You know what I'm saying?
Dopamine.
One just got more cut than the other. And the body interprets bread and all your other aspects of sugar as the same thing. They don't discriminate. They see all these things as sugar. But so we don't digress, oxytocin is the bonding hormone. It's produced when you find some money or you make an investment and you actually get a return. When you do something nice for somebody and you realize it affected their life positively. When a woman breastfeeds, and whatever whatever is responsible for producing it, you establish an affinity to it. So, what happens when we're not producing oxytocin under better circumstances? What do we mean by that? If you're not producing oxytocin under better circumstances, meaning through donations, through helping people in their time of need, through working and actually being compensated properly. See, when people work jobs and they don't properly get compensated, but they work harder than they get paid, it kills your spirit. You lose your zeal for life because oxytocin doesn't get produced. So now you don't like to work. Because if you were getting compensated properly, you get this good feeling, man, I got my check. People get their check and they ain't even happy. They look at it and say, man, look at all these taxes and everything. You work hard all week and then you're disappointed before you even see your check because you know, man, they're going to kill me with Social Security, FICA, federal tax and all. People not even happy after the job they've done. But look at it. Most people working a 9 to 5, that's 8 hours. Going to work and coming back is 2 more hours, that's 10 hours. You're going to sleep at least 6 hours, though they suggest 8. That's 16 hours. So 2/3 of your life, you're contributing to someone else's dream, and it's not making you happy. And you got this oxytocin that was designed for the things in life that make you feel better so you can get a natural high. So if you're working most of the time, 2/3 of your life, you got to squeeze the rest of your existence into the 1/3. And in that 1/3, you don't have time to travel, read, study, pray, meditate, socialize, raise your children, have a lover, have a spouse, and engage them under normal hours and circumstances where you don't got to rush things. So now some people have to say, well, I'm not going to be reading because I don't got time in my 1/3 for that. I can't be watching all those DVDs studying. I don't got time in my 1/3 for that. You feel me? So now you got to make social sacrifices. And when you make these social sacrifices, guess what happens? When you make these social sacrifices, you start losing in character and personality. And guess what? Again, if you're losing in character and personality, it's going to be hard for you to keep a relationship. If it's hard for you to keep a relationship, you don't get a natural high from being in love. If you don't like your job, you don't get the natural high from being compensated after hard work's been done. If you don't get a chance to raise your children, you don't get the natural high a parent gets when they spend the actual amount of time that's due for their child. Not the little leftover 1/3 energy broken up into a multitude of different things, and your child gets a little small percentage of the small percentage of time that you have left. So the love is gone. And that's the issue in the community. The love is lost. We'll spend more time talking about who the enemy is than we can spend any happy time building about the things that's special in life. People want to take everything from you in this damn conscious community. Real talk. They don't want you drive a nice car. They don't want you wear the shoes that you like artistically because of who created the shoe. Somehow you're pushing the whole black community back because you like a certain shoe. I drive this type of car. You driving the white man's cars. You love his trinkets. But your Toyota is also the white man's car. It's just that my car is more expensive. It's not fair. Your shoes is also made by the white man. It's just that my shoes is more expensive.
Basically.
What's up, King? Salute. You already know, man. Man, thanks for listening, my brother.
Yeah, man. We in LA on Sunset, man.
Hell yeah.
That's right. Hey, man, you intelligent as hell, man.
Man.
Come to the jungle, all you.
Wow.
We need
Thank you, brother.
We need that spiritual, we need that energy, man.
Yes, sir.
I love it, though.
Man, I'm happy to see you happy, my brother.
I mean, out the truck, I've been shouting out everything, man.
I hear that. Man, salute to you, man, for transcending.
Yeah, man. They call me Little Tupac out here, man.
I hear it. I see it now.
Yeah. But, hey, get on Charlotte, though, man.
Yeah, you know them Israelites, you wild. Man, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Salute. Yeah, man. Well, it's love, man. You know, where's the love story in the community? Where's the art? You know, the art has colors, and the colors are vibrations, and the vibrations are moods. But we're not feeding that part of our psyche in the community. Where's the breakdown on art that doesn't have something to do with the Illuminati? I mean, if someone breaks down art, it's to show you how somebody's intention is to kill you or seduce you. Where's the breakdown of the art that's empowering, that makes us think about the significant aspects of our culture in retrospect to what the artist subjectively was looking to disseminate to the masses? Where's the feel-good energy and the feel-good information? So many people is over here telling me, yo, you fooling the masses. You out here getting them to think about the wrong thing. And I'm like, love? Fun? Party? Song? Dance? Okay, if you say so. But I'm not gonna be here secluding myself, subjecting myself to the type of lifestyle that I'm not even happy with. I'm not gonna do that. It's not fair. It's not true, and it's too biased. It's too biased in account. I'm not upset with life. I'm just working on a scientific death, a successful one at that. That's what it is, man. You gotta really think about this, man. Only 3% of our DNA has actually been decoded. Think about that. And they say the other 97% is called junk DNA, and it tends to be activated in your death. So life begins in your death. Think about that. So we only experiencing 3% of our life. And with that 3%, what you doing with it? You upset about it? I think it's amazing.